Ooh, that was a big hit. I couldn't even see that I kind of got hit either.
Oh my god, stop, bro, I'm stuck.
Then check this out.
Physical damage.
That is not very nice. Bro's got a Morning Ice attack as well.
Inferno.
Go crazy.
Okay.
Go stupid. Go stupid.
I feel like this is gonna be a lot better.
Denied.
I see the light.
I forgot it does that at the start.
Physical damage.
I actually forgot it does that at the start.
A few moments later.
Oh my lord. That is. Oh my lord. I'm literally getting spawn killed. I'm just getting spawn killed. Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're all aware, there's been some big updates in version 2.2. And aside from an amazing story and a bunch of new regions, we've got this. A new hologram boss, the Dragon of Dirge. And so we're just gonna go ahead, see what it's all about as you progress through. Do keep in mind that at difficulty 6, all of the crazy stuff that we have in here, we're gonna be seeing some big buffs, where if you're transformed into Lorelei, you basically end up becoming immune. So it's kind of like a bit of a get out of jail free mechanic. We're not going to be leveraging that because we won't use Lorelei. And we also have a bit of a debuff that's really going to matter in like solo clears. You'll start gaining more and more attack, but you'll end up losing some HP, get into one-shot range. This is something that we see on pretty much every single hologram nowadays. You increase your damage, but then you also start getting a little bit of like burn damage going on, and you end up with only 20% of your HP. Next, we're going to end up with a special dodge mechanic, and the more you dodge, the more attack buffs you'll gain, up to 50% after stacking up that 10% 5 times. So that'll be something that we'll experience once we get there, but we're just going to be running a couple of clears right now with our go-to Gion team.
Don't you worry.
Okay, that actually does a lot of damage. Wait, this is difficulty 1?
Perish. Astral modulation.
Why is it doing that much damage?
Loading.
Ready for battle. Break. Fury boils. Tell truth from facade. Feel my wrath. Testing output.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The amount of damage that thing was doing was like absolutely insane. All right, looks like we're just gonna be...
I can take it.
All right, we still got our liberation. So we're just gonna be, I guess, effortlessly doing the first couple of difficulties. The fact that this starts off with a firestorm attack is kind of diabolical. I'm gonna be real here.
Break. Don't you worry.
You literally have to look up.
Leave it to me. Diminish.
As you wish. Not bad, huh?
In war with time. Loading.
Fury boils.
Okay.
Finale. Tell truth from facade. Testing it. Ready for battle.
Pretty solid. Now let's see what the next one is looking like. I do believe we're on like difficulty 4 right now. So only level 80.
I can take it. I can
That
take it.
that is gonna take some getting used to.
So,
That is gonna take some getting used to, those firestorms at the start.
Not bad, huh? Inferno. Leave me alone.
And you definitely want to make use of those dodges to get all those buffs.
you knew. Loading.
Fury boils. Burn. Testing out. You're wide open. Still my last breath.
Oh my lord.
Time for a short break.
This thing is kind of crazy. Are those lingering? Okay, these just like kind of stay on the field. Do they even do damage? Bro's got a Morning Ice attack as well.
Inferno.
Okay.
The flames.
Durability
Yo, this guy
low.
is a little bit. This guy could be a little bit annoying.
This is not the
Bro just wiped my whole team. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got our first experience of what this boss can do. I'm gonna be real here. I don't know how I feel about using Gian into him. Maybe there's like a secret tech to it, but low key, I feel like I'm just gonna end up not being able to do very much during my liberation at all. I don't think I'm going to end up being able to use my liberation very much at all, so we might try a bit of a different team comp that I feel like might be able to work a bit better with what he's cooking with over here. Let's try out our Zhang Liao Yinlin team. A little bit more mobility, a couple more iframes. Not really a couple, a lot more iframes. I think it's going to feel a lot better to use. We will not have access to really Brant or Chang Li or any of those units here because, well, they're, you know, the guy is fusion resistant, so we won't have access to those teams here. Ignore the fact that my Zhang Liao and my Yinlin are dead. Doesn't matter.
Disruption. Risk level increasing.
Don't blink. Good. Worry not. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Loading. Physical
No
damage
stamina.
detected. Astral modulation.
Tear them to pieces. Zap strength.
Yinlin's
It's
feeling
our
okay
curve.
here.
Variable elimination.
Okay, my Zhang Liao is getting cooked.
Faster. Reconfiguration. Exploit. Prompt.
Okay, that definitely got it there, but boy, oh boy, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background of that fight. This is almost like Inferno Rider on steroids. This kind of almost feels like Inferno Rider on like steroids, because I'm just like trying to keep track of all of these different things that are like spawning on the floor. Holy shit, that's just at difficulty 4. So,
Insufficient energy.
that's just the start? Oh my god. Literally spawn killed.
Durability lowered. Do not impede. In
Those do
war
so
with
much
time.
damage.
Loading.
Variable elimination. Faster. Risk level increasing. Disruption.
Cleave it. I'll pay it back. I've had enough. Get lost. Watch and learn.
Variable elimination. Pierce through the
All right.
stars.
Big nuke.
Critical. Reconfiguration. Is this how it ends?
Durability.
That is, this is a different sort of difficulty compared to Hecate, for sure. This is a different sort of difficulty compared to Hecate. I feel like playing melee is like, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. That's a little bit rough. That's a bit of a challenge. All right, we just get 3 dodges at the start there. Okay, there's visual cues and stuff for a lot of this, for a lot of the things that are happening, so it's not like terrible. There's a decent number of visual cues.
Variable elimination.
Crush them.
Loading. Perish.
Now you. Time to wrap it up. Obey.
Variable elimination. Risk level. Pierce
Ooh,
through
that
the
was a
stars.
big hit. I couldn't even see that I kind of got hit either.
Physical damage.
That is not very nice. That is
Do not impede.
that is a little bit rough.
Tear them to pieces.
Honestly, yeah, let's just play it without even using Zhang Li. Just like use Yinlin. I'm pretty sure it's gonna feel easier. Maybe I'm coping, but I feel like this is just gonna be easier.
Loading.
Tear them to pieces. Good. There's
Obey. Leave it to me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
being
It's our
ranged,
curtain call.
being ranged actually just makes the fight feel so much different.
Oath from the heart.
Tear them to pieces. You're not getting away.
Yay. Loading. Diminish. Iron graft you knew. Perish.
Let's just try it. Wait, what in? Huh? Hey, yo.
Loading.
Tear them to pieces.
Diminish.
I've had enough.
I can't even see, bro.
Get lost.
Leave it to me. Durability in war with time. Loading.
Tear them to pieces.
The soundtrack goes crazy, though. What was that reconnection error?
You won't get my own.
No! Okay. All right.
Durability low.
I figured out a couple of things. I figured out a couple of things when it comes to him. Yeah, there's a little bit of lag, huh? I guess my internet is a little bit dodgy today. So I've kind of come to a conclusion that I feel like a melee character in here, the guy's model is so big that playing a melee character, I feel like you end up like so zoomed in on like what your character is doing, you literally can't see when the boss is doing certain attacks. You can't see anything. I feel like that's kind of the issue that I'm experiencing with the fight when I use a melee unit. I can't see what attack he's actually about to do. So, ironically enough, I just talked about how I didn't want to use Phoebe. I'm thinking about actually using Phoebe in a team. I feel like it is going to feel pretty okay just to use Phoebe, like, yeah, in a team. So, let's see what we got over here on Eternal Radiance. Wait, we've actually got some baller fucking pieces. Wait, we actually have, like, amazing pieces. So, yeah, we got our Rover, 37.4, 315. Where's our Peeb at?
Today will be a fine.
She got Luminous Heim. All right, we're good. Let's give this a stab. I feel like this is going to be a lot better.
Okay. I see the light.
I forgot it does that at the start.
Physical damage
I
detected.
actually forgot it does that at the start.
Yay. Sentinel, protect me. Judge shielding others is my duty.
Oh my god!
Sounds come forth. I sense your weakness.
Will not diminish. In war with time. Loaded.
Swift and resolute. The hour is upon us.
Sentinel, protect me. Path is arduous. Shielding others is my duty. Crystals, give me
Okay.
strength. Pain is my penitence. Together we
That was
from
interesting.
the heart. Stay calm.
Did none of our... I feel like none of our attacks just hit there.
Iron graft you knew. Loading.
Swift and resolute. Hopefully the end has come.
That should break him.
No hesitation.
Sentinel, protect me.
Yo, is this break bar immune?
Answer me.
Huh? He's a fucking hacker.
Physical damage detected. Do not impede. Astral modulation.
What was that shit?
Loading.
Swift and resolute. Strike from the shadow. Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance.
Sentinel, protect me. Bluebird, be my salvation.
All right, aside from the boss clearly fucking hacking and getting an unbreakable break bar, that was a lot more manageable using Phoebe. I do think that a ranged character is the way to go against this absolute fucking monstrosity. I think just using a melee character, I don't even think it's like a skill issue if you get wiped out using a melee. I think the issue is you literally cannot see what the boss is doing because your camera is too focused on your unit. And you almost need like distance to even see what's going on. But yeah, somebody using a melee unit against this boss, I will say it's pretty impressive because boy, oh boy, I already have like a little bit of experience with it. It's kind of wild. Yeah, let's see the Danjin solo for this one. It's going to be a little bit hard.
I see them.
Okay, we are... Yeah, difficulty 6 is a little bit crazy. Oh my lord. That is... Oh my lord. I'm literally getting spawn killed. I'm just getting spawn killed. Holy shit. I'm still trying to figure out the dodges. I'm still trying to figure out the dodges here. It's like, bro, where are half of them even going?
Swift and resolute.
What is, okay, what is this, brother man?
Stay calm. In war with time. Loading.
Swift and resolute. I sense your weak. The hour is upon us. Hopefully this helps. Last chance.
Oh! Okay, we already triggered the Shorekeeper revive.
Sentinel, protect me. Together we stand.
BB's shit is really helping out.
The path is arduous. I call upon vow from the soul. Okay. Iron graft you knew. Loading. Durability lower.
Swift and resolute. Last chance. Moment of resonance. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps.
No hesitation indeed, sir.
Protect me. Judgment time.
Bro just regenerated his break bar?
Shielding others. Ordained.
Disperse.
Astral modulation.
No breaking today, it seems.
Swift and resolute.
Okay, never mind. We just parried him like 30 times.
Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows.
Sentinel, protect me. Answer me. Crystals, give me strength.
I mean, bro's kind of cooked, right?
Loading. Shed no tears.
No!
Judgment time.
All right, well, that's basically it. We did get it. Basically, that's our first time. That's essentially our first time. You can count the spawn kill if you want. That's a second time. That's a second time. Really first time clear. So there we go. My SK died when the guy had literally 1 HP. You know. I mean, it was, as you can kind of see, guys, if you use a ranged unit, the fight is not that bad. I think the fight is actually incredible, like, not that hard. I think it's actually kind of easy if you are using a ranged unit. I think that the only difficulty from this is literally the camera. All of the attacks are quite easy to dodge. Nothing feels like it's coming from, like, off screen or feels like bullshit. It's mainly just the camera work and the camera work in melee that really makes this feel like shit. Fucking awful, if I'm gonna be entirely honest. We did a little bit with Zhang Liao. We did a little bit with Jian. It didn't look very good, and that's kind of why. Because this boss is too damn big. You can't see when it's doing certain attacks if you are doing a melee character. The camera's the real boss here. So, yeah, that's gonna be our first attempt at Dragon of Dirge. I do highly recommend using Phoebe in a team. I wouldn't recommend using her solo, but in a team, she will be quite powerful, especially with Spectre Rover. Do not use the arrow one. So, yeah, that'll be that. Let me know what you all think. Peace.